Welcome to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. How you doing? Get my seat comfortable. How you doing? Oh, look, I got my, there you go. Hello, angel cards. Thanks, guys. Yeah, you've ordered them and they're on the way. They should be there in a few days. I hope you enjoy them as much as I love working with them daily now. It's great. Today we're going to talk about crystals, and really over a crystal healer's lifetime that he's worked on clients, the question is, what's the best way to work with crystals? How are crystals, how do I express it? If I get a crystal, how can I utilize that crystal in its best method? And these questions are asked to me daily, and I just had a conversation not half an hour ago about this, and I think it's a profound question. I'm going to have to think of the right wording to put under the description of this, under the title, because it needs to be said properly. So I'll think about that, but let's have a little chat about that and see where it goes. And it's obvious that holding a crystal is a profound thing to do. So I tend to wear my crystals low. So chest is here. I like to wear them from here down to my belly button. There's a reason for that. But depending on how I'm feeling at any given moment, a crystal will either be raised up or lowered down. And if you watch my other videos over the years, you'll see why. But this is more about how do you get the most out of a crystal? You know, which method is used and utilized best when working with a crystal. So I guess, you know, if we're going to go 1, 2, 3, the first thing I'd probably say is wearing a crystal. That's probably the third best thing to do, wear a crystal, in my opinion. And depending on where you wear it, whether it's in your pocket, whether it's in your bag, whether it's in your bra, people are very creative. Some people wear them in hats, and people predominantly wear them on a chain or a thread and to hang down. And depending on what the crystal is and how you're feeling and what you want to get out of your crystal at that given moment, you would probably choose the height where you feel best, whether it's more this height, so higher up, so you're hitting this section, or midway where you're trying to hit this section, or lower down where you're going to your stomach, and so on. If you put them in your pockets, then you're trying to hit lower down. Some people put them in their socks and shoes. So creatively, I think that's something that you need to figure out yourself. Ultimately, rather than reading books and listening to me, follow your own truth, follow your own feelings, and see where that crystal wants you to take it. If you're always thinking about what somebody else has suggested, then you're never really being the teacher, because you have to become the teacher of your own crystals and how to work with them. So I encourage you to follow your inner truth. That's same with food, by the way. Same of healing. Same as anything. So whatever protocol you take, I said that this morning when we were talking about, I dare even say the words because I'll probably get knocked off. But it's a certain product that hairdressers use, but it's digestible. And I was saying that, you know, I started a protocol with that, with 1 drop in a full glass of water 3 times a day, and then progressed each week. But ultimately, you've got to listen to your body and feel your body when it says, okay, I've had enough, that's enough, or this is working, or I could go a little bit more. So it's all trial and error. So going back to crystals, so yeah, I think the third most powerful way to use a crystal is to wear it in that content, like I just explained to you. So like I said, shoes, socks. People actually make headbands and put them in there too. Great ideas. Putting them in the bra, brilliant idea. Always good and healthy for around there if you want to, you know, cleanse and clear yourself of dis-ease from that section where a lot of women do suffer with dis-ease there. and around the neck, obviously, depending on what you're trying to achieve at that given moment. So the second most powerful way to use a crystal, in my humble opinion, is when you are practicing the art of self-healing. So by taking a crystal in your hand, holding that crystal and receiving beautiful energy that comes through the universe and goes into your hand through the crystal, which then creates a new memory in the crystal, which is a double whammy. That's all my crystals. So every crystal I have on my website, every crystal I've ever worked on, has gone through a process of between 10 and 100 hours, and I work with it with self-healing energy. So depending on what I'm pulling or what I'm asking for, or there are times that I would just allow the universe to give me what I need, enters into the crystal and thus creates more power, more memory in that crystal. And then by placing that crystal in your hand and utilizing that crystal, whether it's cleansing, clearing, whether it's working on, if you believe the name chakras, working on your chakras, PowerPoints I call them, but it doesn't matter, working on certain parts of the body by resting that crystal on a certain part of your body. And remember, if you've ever listened to my understanding of working with crystals, X never truly marks the spot. So sometimes you're guided to go somewhere else where you completely think, why did I even go there? But yet the issue at hand has disappeared. The issue of problems, of emotions, pain, suffering disappear because you placed the crystal somewhere where you were guided to. So a crystal placed on the stomach, a crystal placed on the heart, solar plexus, whatever you want to call it, or wherever you want to go, head, forehead, and all of these places, when you're meditating in that same energy. So meditation to me is equal to self-healing. So those kind of practices, when you're in that moment of solitude, at peace, in Mother Earth, or on your bed, wherever you're lying, or sat meditating with music, when you're working with crystals in your hand or placing them on your body if you're lying down, and just allowing the energy of healing to come through and enter into the crystal, I think that's the second most powerful way to work with crystals, because now you've got an added memory in that crystal that stays there forever. So now you've got an even more powerful crystal that will do even more work. Crystals have an energy that retain positive healing that comes from the universe and yourself sometimes. That's another subject. So, on a final note, in my humble opinion, the most powerful way that crystals work best and you to work with those crystals is when you're in bed asleep. So practice what you preach, Mark. What did you have around your bed and under your pillows last night? I brought some of the crystals that I had around my bed in my room, in my bedroom, and under the pillow. So the first thing I took was this, and I have actually two of these in my bedroom. And these are polished. They don't have to be polished. They can be nice and raw. And this is chungite, that I wanted to keep the energy right in the room. And they produce a beautiful energy that clears all Wi-Fi and negative energy in your room. I have a really beautiful piece of blue lace in its natural stone. Love it to bits. Now this brings a lot of peace, balance, harmony. It allows me to fly free. It allows me to work on a night. It allows me to travel. So a nice piece of blue lace is always important. Next to my bed as well, and under my pillow, is this little beauty. So this is a beautiful rose quartz. Rose quartz is an amazing crystal to help the body feel safe and protected. It gives an energy of comfort and safety. This is a very powerful crystal. Again, it allows you to go into a deep sleep and clears the mind of negativity, monkey mind, deep thoughts, and just clear that away and allow the body to rest. malachite is a beautiful crystal to travel. A lot of people don't know this, but it's a travel crystal. A lot of people make the mistake that they think that, oh, it means traveling on an aeroplane. Yes, it does, but a lot of people forget what travel means really in terms of our spiritual path, and that is traveling at night when we're asleep. Astral travel. This crystal by your bed or underneath your pillow is an amazing thing to help you be free and to do your job on a night. The other thing I have close to my bed is always a nice piece of Herkimer diamond. The reason why is because Herkimer diamond has this great ability to amplify all the other crystals in the room. So on the Herkimer, I will have a Moldavite and a Tektite. So those three work in great trio tandem. Well, tandem means two, but trio in a beautiful way of this Holy Trinity energy. So it's incredible how any negativity from the brain kicking off as you go into a sleep and the brain tries to figure things out through the night, the energy of the Tektite is always absorbing. So underneath the pillow also I'll have some Tektites. Now with those three, the Moldavite helps me become more stronger in a spiritual sense and be able to do my job even more. But this is also a great crystal under the bed, which I like to keep under the bed, which is becoming more and more popular now. I've noticed it's starting to get more expensive because I'm talking about it and people are buying it. Terahertz, or lovingly called Silicon Valley. That's working great. I also like to have a bumblebee. Bumblebee is an amazing crystal. It's a jasper, but it's fabulous, fabulous crystal. It kind of gives you strength, and you can feel it in your sleep. When you wake up, you feel stronger, more energized. So something's happened on a great level. And under my pillow last night was Ancestralite. Again, an amazing crystal for many reasons. Now, these are the crystals that I've had under my pillow and around my bed, but I alternate them depending on how I feel. So I say to you, go into yourself, feel what crystal feels right that night, and also become your own teacher. So sometimes you can work with a certain group of crystals underneath your pillow and wake up the next morning and feel absolutely incredible. A week later, you might feel a little bit not so good. That's because the energy around you and in the universe is changing constantly. Your energy is changing, so whatever needed healing has been healed, and now we need to go on to something else. So alternate your crystals all the time and see which feel good. Some might not work in what your body needs at that point, so then change them the following night. If you're feeling that you're becoming stronger in the morning, then stick with what you've got until you don't feel that way, and then alternate your crystals again. These are just great ideas that you need to experiment with. Is it dangerous to sleep with crystals? Well, if you sleep with your mouth open and you roll over and you swallow one, probably. Be difficult getting it out. If you sleep with pointers and one accidentally goes up your rectum, then I think you're going to struggle. Oh, you're going to speak like this for a week. I don't know. If you poke yourself in the eye with one, then yeah. But joking aside, you know, the crystal that you have underneath your pillow, make sure it's, you know, it isn't going to cause you any great difficulty. Other than that, put them around your bed. One of the things that I always recommend, and around my bedroom, I have normally 3 or 4 different types of crystals in all 4 corners. So I worked on them for many, many, many hours, and then they're ready. So I might have Chungite, which I have, a nice piece. I'm just trying to think now. What have I got around these rooms? I alternate them as well. So I think Chungite. I think I've got amethyst. definitely rose quartz, and sometimes some clear quartz. And I have them in either a shape of, well, I do them in different shapes, but normally I like the pyramid shape. So I alternate them as well. So sometimes I might put something slightly different, something, just unusual there, just to see how it feels and change that energy. So I think that's a good thing. So 3 being wearing them, 2 being working with them as a self-healer, and 1 at night. Now, why at night? I don't know. I just kind of feel that at night, when you are asleep, there's no interference. You're at your point of true healing. So the body is gone into rest. Now there is this argument that your mind is still like clicking away, but I've just have this feeling that crystals work at their best when we are not actively thinking about them, so they can actually do their job. I've said to you guys so many times, we sometimes can block the energy of crystals through our own ability and power being a crystal. So we are a crystal, and if we admit an energy through our whole body to be negative, then it's harder for that crystal to actually penetrate and work its magic, because there's 2 forces pushing at bay. So, it doesn't work. Okay, there you go, it doesn't work. It does work, you allow in. So when you're asleep, you're not in that mind mode of fear, worries. Is it going to work? Isn't it going to work? So I actually believe, this is my truth, when I see people asleep as I'm doing my healing sessions on thousands of people, I notice the energy of crystals work at a higher level. And ultimately, that's why I came to the conclusion many years ago that actually having your crystals in and around your bedroom, like, I have dream catchers, and straight away I thought, I want to make a dream catchers with crystals in them, because they work best in a bedroom. So a dream catcher is for dreams, so they're going to put their dream catcher in the bedroom, and they've been so successful. And people say that their children had night terrors, nightmares, peeing in their bed, and all of it stopped because of a crystal or crystals. Some people used to, like get up and sleepwalk and fight and punch the walls. I know this to be true as facts, as my clients have said. My husband scares me to death when he's asleep. And since we've put the crystals in the room and we've done that, he has a good night's sleep. So, and healing as well. Healing takes place when you're asleep far more than it does when you're awake. It does make sense. It does make sense if you think about that. So transfer your crystals from the rooms into your bedroom as close as you can, underneath your bed, around your bed, and underneath your pillow. Okay? Just give that a try for 1 week and see if there was a difference to your sleep patterns, to how you feel during the day. Did it make any difference at all? I can honestly say with my hand on my heart that people who sleep with crystals actually feel a lot better in their life and can cope with daily stress and trauma far more easier than those that don't. So I hope this little workshop serves you well. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you so much. Bajerski.com has had an amazing week this week, not only with the launch of the angel cards, deck 1 and 2, but also with all the other things that you're doing, which is the tarot workshop. I know I'm getting tons of messages. You're loving the tarot workshop. I told you it was great, and a brilliant offer as well. So, it's almost like free with all the gifts that are being given, which are all tools that help you. So thank you for that. The set of 8 oils, including the 1 extra oil, that's been flying out. So I've got oils down there I'm working on tonight as well. So I've been constantly working so hard. A lot of you are saying, where are you? I'm working non-stop on crystals over here. So I'm just working on some oils, bottling some oils for tonight. Some amazing crystals over here. We've got some real rubies, some real emeralds. Yeah, there's just some beautiful crystals that I'm working on. A lot of people are buying these, which are the chungite little tiny pieces, and they're sleeping with them and saying it's making a massive difference. And people who work anywhere near 5G are saying it's helping. So this is all good news, all great for Bajerski.com. And thank you for being loyal and kind and caring. And I hope that everything that we're doing right now is making a difference, because we are trying our best to send out crystals as fast as we can. We're trying our best to, just do things that are helping in so many ways. Yes, we need to, keep the staff going. Yes, we need to buy the products, but the profit isn't as big a deal to me anymore than to get this out and make a difference in your life and my life. And I work with crystals every day. I work with my oils. I work with basically everything that helps me in a day. I eat correctly. I look after my body. I listen to my body. I stop buying into fear. And I do what I can in a sense of, okay, we know there's problems, but are there any ways that we can make a difference to help ourselves in this time of confusion and darkness and evil ultimately? And there's certain things that are happening every day. Every day we can channel and get great messages and information, but what we do with that then makes a difference. So markbajerski.com next week will be pleased to announce that we are introducing another 2 amazing products that are coming out, which are natural, that are helping people that are going through certain things that they wish they hadn't done, and so on. You'll know that next week. So we constantly work daily. I'm just working with this. It's a Copal. I'm seeing how that's working at the moment. So I'm doing so much to try and help people release the suffering and pain from their life, both mental, physically and emotional. So if I'm not doing the videos, you're not seeing as many, it's not that I don't care, it's just that I'm actually working really hard as a natural scientist to figure out what is good for what. And right now we're in a point where things are changing. We are being hijacked in so many different ways that, it takes somebody to stand back, look what's going on and try and find an answer to it. And that's why I work with new things every day. And I can tell you this is a fact. There's never a day that I don't use any of my tools that I sell on markbajerski.com. Never. I work with everything, and it works. So I just want to keep adding to it and growing. So the tools are there to help us all. And if I come up with something which is amazing, which I do believe, I've been drinking now 3 times a day, dandelion, horse tail and sage. It's incredible. So that's something that might be coming out in a week. I've just got to finalize with this company that are all organic, free from pesticides. If I get it right, then I'll be bagging that up and I'll be doing a special offer on that as well. So yeah, I'm doing my best. Shut up, Mark! Yeah, I just needed a rest, guys. I just needed a rest. I kind of, a lot of you probably already know I went into I thought I was having a heart attack, or it felt like it, but I did a full healing that night, so I needed a rest. And you can probably see I'm looking a lot better, because when you do absent healing on hundreds of people and you're cutting cords and doing all these things, you are actually doing something, and you can see it on a healer's face, because we are healers. We clear away that energy. And sometimes it can be very, very powerful. And we sometimes don't know when to stop, because we feel our life's purpose is to keep working, keep helping, keep healing, keep doing as much as we can and never stop. So we are equally to blame as much as any single human being is that puts their own life on the back burner. But I don't know anything else. I mean, if somebody said to me you can have 4 weeks off, I'd feel sick. I actually would feel sick. I don't want 4 weeks off. There's too much to do. The darkness isn't stopping. Look what it's doing. Look at its rut. Don't, man. Don't go there. Everything's good. Everything's fine. The light will win. We are amazing. Keep going. Love you all. Till tomorrow, take care.